So welcome to Boxing Media Hub, sponsored by Falcon Contracting and boxbets.co.uk. And I'm going to say he's man of the hour. He's no relation because he's got an E at the end. But it's Louis Greene. How you doing, Louis?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Honestly, it's lovely to have you on, mate.
Yeah, it's lovely to be on. Thank you for your time.
Honestly, you've you made a real presence on in Saudi Arabia, but we'll get to that in a minute. Absolutely cracking display, but 21 fights, 17 wins, 11 knockouts.
Yeah,
It's looking lovely.
It's getting better. Been in some good fights the last couple of years, so I'm very chuffed, proud.
Honestly, you need to be, mate. Honestly, it's all started on November 2015 against one of my mates, Dan Naylor, which he won by stoppage. And from there, strength to strength, 9 wins on the bounce, and picking up titles along the way.
Yeah, I picked up the southern area and hard fight. But before that fight, I'd had some good hard fights with boys that was one loss here and there, and I had a couple of bats penciled in before then with unbeaten boys, but one of them had a family tragedy on the day, so he couldn't make it down. So I had a fill-in fight on the day, but he was unbeaten at the time in, I think, 5, so he was 5-0. And he's a tough kid. He was known for travelling around and beating the prospects away. So I've done a lot of tickets for that as well. But he, unfortunately for him, he had a family tragedy on the day of the fight, so he couldn't make it, which I completely understood. Otherwise, I would have had more zeros on the record by the time I got to 10. Yeah.
But this is boxing, isn't it, mate? As you know, anything can crop up. Last minute opponents, things just don't go to plan, or training camps don't flow as much as they could do. But as I say, what a career so far! Just absolutely incredible. The opportunities you've had as well. You've opportunities at the European, capturing a Commonwealth. It's all there. Do you know what I mean? You've been in the mix, haven't you, the whole time?
Yeah, I've always a few mistakes along the way, paid the price, but it's never like mentally. I think some people can chew themselves up over a defeat, but that kind of thing, it never bothers me. Where I think, maybe I should go and do this, or maybe I should take it. I want to get straight back in with the big guns. And after my losses, when I lost to Larry Ekandeo, I went straight out again running on the Monday. I was very bitter and wound up with that. And then I fought Jamani Camaro, I think, after that. And then I got a call days later to go to Poland to fight the number one, who was 18-0. And I thought, yeah, I'm up for it. And I've been in the top 10 since then. I've had a few little hiccups on fights, but the boys that I've lost to, they've all been champions and held multiple belts, or still unbeaten, or what. But they get mentioned more than the victories, which becomes frustrating for me, because it's not like I've done what a lot of boys do, which is rack up a whole record of journeyman, and then step up and lose against a good kid, and then step up again and lose to a good kid. I've beaten good men all the way along the way, and then lost to other very good boys who have held titles and who are champions. And so it becomes frustrating when you only mention them losses.
Yeah, and the thing is, the losses, you as you say, you bounce back, don't you? You're one of those guys who learns a lot and then comes back in and says, right, well, actually, I'm going to prove that I am better than that, and I'm going to go again. And as I say, Dean Sutherland, no mug in the slightest, mate. What a win. Paul Keane as well, tough individual. I know the Sam Gilly fight didn't quite go your way, but then we crash land in Saudi Arabia with a massive opportunity, and boy, did you take it. As you described afterwards, the son of a postman. That's what I love about your story, Louis. you're a lad that's so proud of where you've come from and so proud of your dad. You know, the relationship you've got with your family. I think you know, you are like one of those people's champions. Do you know what I mean? People really look at you and they say, well, do you know what? Really proud of Louis, of his background and where he's come from. And he's always stayed true to himself. And I think a lot of people look at that, you know.
Yeah, I've realised since coming back from Saudi, I've realised it more. I've had a lot of messages and things. I think I've always just been someone who's like the dark horse, and my name pops up when I go knock a prospect out and things, and I get looked at like he's a danger man. But I'm a prospector. I'm hungry as well. I've tried hard. Just because you fight away from home, it doesn't mean that you're not. Like, I'm brought in to fight their boy because they think that their boy is. So they try and get them easy matches.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it is that you're not testing yourself. You're just trying to take the easy route. Whereas I'm testing myself. I'm going away. I'm fighting the judges. I'm fighting the ref. I'm fighting the crowd. And I'm up for it. I'm not intimidated by any of that at all. Which is why before I fought Dean Sutherland, I fought the number 2 in Poland at the weight above, and before that I lost to Harry Scarf. So the fights I've had, the run all the way through have been hard all the way. I mean, Scarf's got 3 belts now. He's in a running for a world title. You know, it's I've been in some really big fights for the past few years.
Yeah, because I'd say it's fair to say that you were, you know, written off going into that Saudi fight. You know, a lot of people were saying, you know, Louis Greene, he turns up, we know exactly what he, you know, says on the tin. And do you know what? I love what exactly says on the tin with Louis Greene, that he does turn up. He's a come forward fighter. He's a pressure fighter. And do you know what? You were absolutely spot on in that Saudi card. And people talk about no atmosphere in Saudi. You know, that was always the thing, wasn't it? To begin with, people didn't know how it was going to be. Mate, you gave the atmosphere that day. You absolutely kicked off that show with an absolute banger. We did a live watch along on here, me and my mate Jam, and we were absolutely buzzing after you. And, you know, you were one of the main guys that night that really set the stage alight. So thank you very much, Louis Greene. That's all I'm going to say for you, mate.
Yeah.
You keep doing performances like that, you're going to have more stamps in the passport. Do you know what I mean? I think that's how it is. Let's hope you get back out there again.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's talks now, but I mean, he was mandatory for the British, so I'm sure, like, if you're going to get political, I should be mandatory now. But you never know in this sport. There's so many things that go on. You just never know. So look, all I know is that I'm here and I train, and for the first time, I'm not going to go back to work. I've decided I'm not going to go back to work. I mean, I've worked through every single one of my fights right up till sometimes a few days before the fight. And this was the first time I give it up. I said, I ain't going back to work. And I trained as soon as I got a call on the phone. I said to my pal, look, I'm not coming back.
What did you do, Louis?
I jumped from job to job since I left school at 14. And I went to work at 14, slabbing and whatever. But as the years went on, I just jumped from job to job to fit around, because I got 3 children, and I had kids very young. So jumping from job to job to pay for my kids that I've got and being able to fight full time. And the recent job I've had was digging and fitting water mains and repairing the water mains in the floor. It's hard work, hard graft, but it keeps you fit and strong. So I get up in the morning and I would train for an hour and a half, 2 hours before, then go to work, come back, train. You're just exhausted, but it kept me very fit and strong. But it was exhausting, and I said, for this one, no, man, I'm going to do 2-3 sessions a day just for me.
Yeah.
So,
and it proved.
Yeah, Jack said to me, I know you had to get off the sofa, and I said to him, no, I train hard. even in the out camp, even in the out season, when I'm not got a fight scheduled, I stay in the gym because I know my phone's going to ring or could ring, and I've made mistakes where I've took fights late and I've been cautious of the fitness because I know they're normally 10 round, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not going back to work now. I'm not. I'm going to stick this out because I'm going to do well.
I've got no doubt, mate. No doubt. And people are coming in the comments now. What a performance last time out from Louis Greene. Someone's putting here, Louis Greene. He's quite handsome, isn't he? Jam has jumped in. Would he want the rematch with the horrible Harry Scarf or Sam Gilly, given the chance?
Well, I think the next one, I think Sam is penciled to fight for the British. That's why me and Jack didn't fight for it in Saudi, because I think he was supposed to fight Antwi, but I think something's wrong with Antwi. I think he's injured or something. So because McGann was mandatory to fight either the champion or the next challenger, which would have been Sam, I couldn't fight for it. Obviously, coming off of a loss for the Commonwealth, to defending the Commonwealth. So they put the WBC Silver Eliminator or whatever it was title on it, name on it, I should say. And then now I think I'm mandatory to go with Sam again.
Yeah, that'd be a cracking fight, mate. Honestly.
Which is a good fight. I mean, that's a sellout in itself. We both done a lot of audience last time for that one.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. And someone has jumped in and said, "What's your dream fight? Do you have a dream fight out there? Is there anyone in particular, or that you go, do you know what? I wouldn't mind a dust up with them."
Do you know?
You seem like you'd just fight whoever comes because you are that sort of guy.
I want when I stop boxing, I want to look back at the fights. I mean, look the knockouts, the fight with Sam. These are the fights I want to be in. So that when I do hang on, this is what I can never understand about a lot of the boys in boxing, is that they are in certain fights that are bluffed. The public are bluffed. It looks good, but it's not an even fight.
Yeah.
And when I get the phone call and I have to go away, I look at it like, you think I'm one of them. Like, one of my favourite fighters of all time is Marcos Maidana. And he was brought in against Ortiz. And he said, I brought in to get beat up because they thought I was just a no one. It looks good on paper, but they underestimate. And I love that. So when I go away, that's what I sort of look at. I think you'll just think that I'm an easy touch. That's very coward-like, I think. So when I go up there with intentions to do damage and win. You know, I wouldn't want to do that.
No. I think you stay, as I say, you stay true to yourself, don't you? And you want to, as you say, you look back when you've retired, when you're done, you look back and you can say, I gave an honest account of myself. You know, I did all I could do, and there's no doubt in that, Louis. I think you're doing it already, mate. People can see that by the way you are. You know, and yeah, like someone said here, after that performance, man, you've got to go full pro. You don't do that without the skill and the etiquette. 100%, mate. Mate, Louis is a serious geezer. That's the one. Someone said, "Are you with Matchroom? Are you?"
No, I'm with no one. It's just me, my dad, and my manager, Mark Rowe. And they phone him and he tells me what we've been offered, or he agrees it and tells me where we're going or what we're doing, and I'm game.
Yeah, and off you go. Yeah, no, 100%, mate. Yeah, there's people just coming on here and saying it's all love, mate. It's all love. You know, I just think what you're doing, and as I say, what you stand for, and you know, my wife Rachel was absolutely, she loved the fact that the moment you came out of the ring, it was all about Dad. You know, Dad's put his heart and soul in to get me to where I am, and I'm giving it back. And that's.
We come from. So I'm a council kid. I grew up hanging around the council estate, wreaking havoc with a load of other skink kids, causing murders.
No, I doubt it, Louis. I doubt it.
I look now and like I say, my dad's a postman, and when we were over there, I was an extremely bad kid growing up. Even through my younger adult years, I was a bad, you know. And I've had people close to me try and really push me to keep going. You know, as you battle your own voices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one thing I've never found it difficult to stay in the gym and train. It's not a chore for me. It's like when I walk out, I love every minute of the ring walk. I really enjoy every part of that. Gives me I feel like I feel comfortable. I feel like you're at home. You know. So to be out there, the people around here, we go work. A lot of these they go, we've got nothing, and they watch me get up on that. That's who I'm representing. I know where I come from. I'll never forget it.
No, 100%, mate. And I think, as I say, I'll always go back to it. That's why people like you, Louis, because you are who you are. You know, you don't forget where you've come from. You know, you appreciate everyone around you. You're a proper family man, and people can relate to that. You know, we always hear some stories in boxing where people have just got there because, you know, the spotlight hit them from the start, and they see people making money from day one, and they think, oh, I just become a boxer. It's the easy route. You know, you can tell people straight away, you know, you've had to graft. You've had to work hard to get to where you want to be.
I haven't made any money out of my boxing yet. I have people, which I think is a cheeky question, come up to me. I had someone ask me yesterday when I was in a cafe, how much money you earn? And I don't want to be rude, but I get very impatient quickly, you know. But I just said, that's irrelevant, mate. But I haven't actually made any money from boxing. My Commonwealth title fight, I did more rounds than what I got money. I took that fight purely because I wanted to become champion. I want my kids to one of my goals in life was to have my kids be able to boast about me because of who I used to be. Do you know what I mean? So my kid went into school and he did a big thing about me in front of his whole school. So that to me was like a big achievement to set that example. So I haven't earned any money yet. I've just took the opportunities with both hands, knowing at some point I'm going to get these fights, and they're coming in now, being in Fight of the Year, and I'm getting recognised for. I don't have an act on camera. I'm just myself.
Yeah.
Everywhere wherever I go, and I ain't scared of nothing. So I train hard. I always have done. Even as an amateur, I always trained and got stuck straight in as soon as the bell went. And I plan on carry on doing that. I don't plan on going to the judges this year.
No, especially the way we've seen some of the judging decisions, mate. You can't afford to let them go that way. We won't go into too much detail with that, but it's as you say, you want to do enough. You want to give everything so that it doesn't get to the point where anything can get swayed or anything goes that way. You want to get the job done. Yeah. And honestly, Louis, you're a cracking bloke. You know, just I think you are one of those, as I say, people's champions, mate. You are what you are, and we're just chuffed that we've got someone like Louis Greene that does it for the people on the council estate and does it for the people whose dad's a postman and does it. Do you know what I mean, though? A real person. I think we need more Louis Greenes in this world, to be fair, mate. And
a few people that would argue with that.
They certainly wouldn't want more Joel Greenes, I'll tell you that, mate, for a start. But no, honestly, it's an absolute pleasure having you on, Louis. And now that you're going, as you say, full time, I think the best is yet to come, mate. And I can't wait to see it.
Well, I can't even explain to you the how I feel when you're saying things to me in the comments, you're reading the comments out. It means a lot. Really does. It's not like a normal feeling. You do an interview and people say nice things. It's very genuine. I'm quite overwhelmed by it all. I've been, for the last few days, I've been responding to messages that I never thought I'd receive, you know.
Well, you deserve it, mate. You deserve it.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to end it on this one, just because of, you know, I don't want to make a tough man cry, but I can tell by the way he handles himself that he was a bad lad, but definitely someone else has written here, need more Louis Greenes. I don't care what the haters say. I don't care what other people say. This is what we want. We want someone who's dedicated and just does what's right for boxing and gives 100%. And when they can look back at their record in years to come and say, I gave everything and I did it the right way. That's all that matters, mate. And you're that guy. So thank you very much, Louis.
Thank you. Thank everyone who's commented. I really appreciate everything.
Honestly, mate, stay in touch. And as I say, follow Louis on all of his socials. He's a top guy. And I tell you, there's the better times are coming. And I reckon there's definitely another stamp in that passport for Saudi Arabia coming after the last time out, mate. I bet he's still ringing from that one. But yeah, honestly, thank you very much, Louis. And I'll speak to you soon, mate. Take care.
Yeah, mate. Thank you.
See you later. See you, mate.